Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill is a full-service, family-style restaurant that has served the Metro West for over a decade. It is a fun, inviting style where anyone from anywhere can come in anytime and feel welcome.
You got buffalo wings.
Owner Vince LaCervo and his staff use nothing but the freshest ingredients for their authentic New York-style pizza, to their mouth-watering steak tips and everything in between. Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill also provides its guests with great entertainment, including live music and karaoke.
We're gonna take the 3 Olives.
Tonight, Dirty Water TV, along with 3 Olives Vodka, takes you inside the delicious world of Pepperoncini's Pizzeria and Grill.
Going worldwide. Dirty Water.
I love that Dirty Water TV.
Love that Dirty Water TV.
I love that Dirty Water.
Dirty Water TV. Dirty Water.
I love that Dirty Water TV. I really do.
The best.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dirty Water TV. I'm Sophia Goulet.
And I'm Dave Russo. And tonight we hit Metro West. That's Pepperoncini's right here in Milford. We're going to be checking out some New York-style, authentic pizza. And tonight's show is brought to you by 3 Olives Vodka.
That's right, Dave. And this place is kicking it. I gotta say, they have trivia night, karaoke night, live music. I'm a huge fan, and we're gonna check on all of that later on. It's gonna be a good night.
Yeah, we're going to be meeting up with the owner of Pepperoncini's, Vince LaCervo, and he's been involved with the New York-style pizza since about 1999. So I'm going to get his take on the difference between Boston, New York, and I guess Chicago pizza.
Here's what's on tap. Dave has a VIP backstage pass to hit this year's Comics Come Home.
Kayla Harity previews the new indie flick By the Gun, a Boston-based mob thriller.
We'll hit the bar and try Pepperoncini's 3 Olives special cocktail.
And Brian Malone has an interview with UFC tough guy Conor McGregor as he gets set for a headline fight at the Garden.
But first, Dave, you got to see the Comics Come Home this year at the Garden.
Yes, I had an all-access pass, the only all-access pass to Comics Come Home 20.
And that's tonight's big ticket, brought to you by Higgs Tickets.
Boston is the greatest city in America when it comes to stand-up comedy, and Dennis Leary and the boys prove it every year for their annual Comics Come Home event, the longest-running comedy benefit in America. Since 1994, Dennis Leary and Cam Neely have come together to raise money for the Neely Foundation.
It's truly hard to believe that 20 years ago, actually tonight, 20 years ago was our first show in the Orpheum, and 20 years later we're here at the Garden, so it says a lot about the comedians, it says a lot about live comedy in Boston, and it says a lot about what you guys do to help cancer patients and their families, so thank you.
I want to set the record so far that it would take, some guy would have to look at it and go, I'm not going to do 4 decades. There's no way. I think we could easily get another 10, 15, 20 years out of it. If I got those hover things for old people now, we could get those. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lenny Clark.
My friend hit the lottery in Los Angeles for $138 million. He said to his wife, honey, I hit the lottery for $138 million. Pack your bags. She said, great, where are we going? He says, nowhere, you're getting the out.
You've performed on 19 of the 20 Comics Come Home.
Yeah, there was one I was in jail. They didn't get me out. They promised they'd get me out. No, I don't know what happened. Oh, I was shooting. I was actually shooting. I couldn't come.
I covered for you.
One night, I shot. Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Welcome, Mr. Dave Russo.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Dennis Leary, everybody. Dennis Leary, everybody. Comics Come Home has featured some of the greatest comedy talent this city has had to offer. This year is no exception, featuring the talents of Jimmy Fallon, Bill Burr, Lenny Clark, Jim Gaffigan. Now, you're an Indiana guy.
I know.
Now you're here in Boston performing at the Boston Garden. How do you feel about that, my friend?
It's amazing. Well, I think I'm here, I'm symbolic. I'm like the Larry Bird of the comedy show. I love Boston, many reasons, but definitely because of Dunkin' Donuts. And I used to have all these jokes on donuts, right? And now sometimes when I do shows out of town, people will bring me boxes of donuts, which makes me think, I gotta start doing jokes about diamonds.
Robert Kelly.
I went down to Giggles last night.
Sure.
For the first time in 20 years. The last time I was there, I did an open mic thing in front of my grandfather, and he told me, maybe you shouldn't do this. We're not making men anymore. There's too much fun to make men. We have Facebook and Twitter and iPhones and Xbox. What'd you have as a kid? You sat in a chair with a lamp.
Mark Maron, you're a BU guy. You're a BU guy, but you're not from Boston, but you're getting to play at the Boston Garden. How does that make you feel?
It's amazing. It's a little terrifying.
I just want to open first by saying that my heart goes out to all the victims of the idea of Ebola. It's been a pretty tough few weeks for self-centered people with mild flu-like symptoms.
Tony V.
You walk by this place every day and you go, someday, and this is the day.
Joe Yannetti.
Back in February, I was diagnosed with throat cancer and battled through it and cured.
Cancer-free. Cancer-free right now.
As soon as I got diagnosed, all my friends just started doing fundraisers for me. Billy Burr, you see him later on tonight, did a fundraiser for me out in California. They're just the greatest people, and you know, Lenny Clark's like right there for every one of them. So, and I got people building websites for me so you can donate money to me because I haven't been able to work in almost a year. And my girlfriend, in the middle of all this, thinks, you know, we need a happy occasion. We need to think of something happy. So she posted some pictures on Facebook of us in Vegas a year earlier. But she didn't put any dates on them. So all these people are donating their time, sending me money. They open up Facebook, I'm throwing dice at a crap table. I'm jumping off the high board. I got a handful of money, I'm making it rain. Like he's not even sick!
And of course, Dennis Leary.
We'll get new knees, new hips, we'll be back. Right?
You've heard it here.
You heard it right here. There's going to be a Comics Come Home 42.
Jimmy Fallon, come on.
That's tonight's Big Ticket, brought to you by Hicks Tickets. Here's what else is going on around town.
I'm definitely looking forward to Comics Come Home 21 for sure. But right now, we're sitting with the owner of Pepperoncini's, right here, Mr. Vince Lacerbo.
Yeah.
Okay, now you've been making New York-style pizza in the Boston, Massachusetts area since '99. Tell us about that.
He originally came here from New York, went to school at Framingham State College, graduated with a psychology and biology degree, and decided I didn't want to do anything with either one of those. And I grew up making pizza at local establishments in Newburgh, New York. And then I came here and I decided to supplement my income through college working at restaurants, and then decided afterwards that we needed a good New York style pizza because I've never heard of the Greek pizza.
From what I understand though, didn't you work at like Pizzeria Uno? That's a Chicago style pizza, right?
Hey, I got to make a buck. You know,
there you go.
I was still in the industry. You know, I just was learning from it, and like I said, and that's what kept me more in focus and realized that that was my passion. I wanted to, you know, open up a restaurant someday, open up the original New York Pizza downtown Framingham. Did well there, and I decided I wanted to do a full-service restaurant. That's where Pepperoncini's was created. Italian hand-tossed pizza, not in a pan. I mean, it made sense. It was needed where we were in Framingham, and then now we brought it out to Milford as well.
And with great food comes, you know, a great party. Now, I know you have a good nightlife scene. You have karaoke night, live music. Tell me a little bit more about the entertainment.
We started doing live music, acoustic, bands, the karaoke. Trivia is now a big hit. Trivia is something we added on probably about 4 years ago. And like I said, Ray Ozier does a phenomenal job with that.
I can never win trivia.
Yeah, I don't even get involved. We just
I always win trivia because I graduated first in my class. I was homeschooled.
We're gonna try some delicious dishes later.
Our steak tips with rice.
With Vince here, that is coming up later on. Stay tuned. Up next, Kayla Harity previews movie By the Gun starring Ben Barnes.
And later, Brian Malone talks with UFC knockout king Conor McGregor. That's when Dirty Water TV, presented by 3 Olives Vodka, returns. Hey guys, Boston comedian Dave Russo here. Why don't you come out and see me live? Check out my website for a schedule of upcoming shows and special events at a venue near you.
Welcome back to Dirty Water TV. I'm Sophia Goulet.
And I'm Dave Russo, and we're here in Pepperoncini's right here in Milford, Massachusetts, Metro West. I kind of feel like I'm in the witness protection program with my leather jacket and my scally cap out here in the country.
One, you've always worn a scally cap. We all know this. It's the Russo trend. And two, you said earlier a leather jacket makes you feel more dangerous. But speaking of dangerous, Kayla Harity, one of our Danger Girls here on Dirty Water TV. No, she got to speak behind the scenes with Ben Barnes, starring in the new film By the Gun, and Leighton Meester, also from Gossip Girl's in there. If you don't know who Gossip Girl is, I understand. You definitely have to see this.
It's actually a Boston-based mob thriller, and I don't know how do we not get in this movie?
The new gangster movie, By the Gun, goes from the North End to the big screen, and we are here at the world's premiere to catch all the action. I'm gonna go grab some popcorn, take my seat, and get ready for one crazy ride.
You want in this family. You've got to pay the price.
So whatever I gotta do, I'm ready.
By the Gun has a star-studded cast, from Leighton Meester, Ben Barnes, and Harvey Keitel, to Boston natives and friends Kenny Wormald and Slaine.
There's a lot of talent in Boston now, and we kind of got like a little rat pack together now, and I just hope people like the movie, you know. That's all you ever hope for.
I grew up watching all these films and watching Slain in the Town and Gone Baby Gone, and I wanted to be a part of it so bad. We got to make an incredible film in my hometown, and I couldn't be happier.
Written and produced by Boston native Emilio Moro, By the Gun stars Ben Barnes, who plays Nick Tortano. It tells the gritty story of Tortano, a smooth-talking, ambitious young man from the streets of Boston.
As this saint burns, so will my soul burn. I live and die by the gun and the knife.
The movie portrays the real-life dealings with the current state of the mafia in the North End. Ben, who's originally from the UK, hides his British accent very well.
I remember sitting in a bar with Slaine and just sitting opposite him, and he said, "Here, say this. Say my name's Ben Barnes and I'm a gangster." And I was sort of saying it like, "I'm Ben Barnes and I'm a gangster." And he was like, "No, do it again." Such authentic Boston guys, and then there's just me, this sort of like scrawny Brit stuck in the center, but it was nice of them to let me come and pretend for a bit.
The film, which was locally shot, features area businesses and real-life Bostonians, bringing a little bit of Hollywood to the East Coast.
I just hope it goes in line in some degree with all the other great Boston movies and all the other good mafia stories. So, but just getting the whole city involved was like really my goal, and I'm just hope people like it.
I couldn't be more excited for the film, and it's really like a testament to Boston, but also a testament to the great actors that come out of here, and there are a lot of them.
I live and die by the gun and the knife.
By the Gun hits theaters this December, so be sure to check it out. I'm so proud of Emilio, Slaine, and the rest of the Boston crew for taking over Boston and Hollywood. Reporting for Dirty Water TV, I'm Kayla Harity.
We're back here with Vince, the owner of Pepperoncini's. Now, you've been tossing pizza since you were 17 years old. You got to tell me a little about this little slice of heaven here. What do we have here?
This is new to the menu as of 2 months ago. It's called the Cy Pie. We took it from the old Duck Dynasty, Uncle Cy. It's got duck meat on it, bison meat, as well as caramelized onions and red peppers. This one over here is the original cheese pizza. That's my favorite. I don't need toppings as long as, it's the best cheese, the best sauce, hand-tossed Italian-style pizza. That's the only way to eat it.
Now, these little, what do you call these? Little cinnamon sticks? What are these called?
Sweet sticks, and those were first brought out 2004 when the Red Sox were in the World Series.
You're from New York, but you still like the Red Sox?
Oh, yeah. I grew up a Mets fan, but
think about that.
I've converted.
You do offer gluten-free options, which is very important, especially for somebody who like me, who has celiac. Tell me a little bit about the gluten-free options you have, and if that's gluten-free, I'm about to kill it.
The steak tips are gluten-free. The marinade is gluten-free, as well as we use Fanny's dressing. It originated in Framingham. That's on our salads. That's also gluten-free. But the one thing we decided to do years ago, because we had a little boy named Michael. I think he was 7 years old at the time, and that's the first time I ever even heard about it. He loved our pizza, couldn't come and eat pizza anymore, so I did a little homework. Our pizza sauce and the cheese was already gluten-free, which made it even better because all we had to do was find a crust that was gluten-free, and we didn't alter the taste of the pizza at all.
When I first walked in here earlier today, Sophia and I were grabbing a drink, and somebody said, the Bloody Mary with the shrimp and the steak tip. This is amazing.
Phenomenal. Once again, we took one of our biggest sellers, the steak tips. The pizza and the steak tips are the two biggest sellers. So I figured, why not on a Sunday when you're trying to watch the game before they all start, have a little snack with your Bloody Mary. The Bloody Marys here are phenomenal. And
breakfast and lunch in one.
Little snack, get yourself going.
Tell me a little bit about the evolution of your menu.
And a lot of it is old school New York, the chicken parm. We're still got the classics on there, but then we try stuff like the
I started eating the pizza.
that he already started eating.
It's a little bison, not bad. Nice and tender, not
trying
bad.
the traditional stuff, pub fare, the buffalo wings.
My dad would love that.
The Italian chopped salad, that's a huge hit right there. We try to do everything we can with the pizza dough, so we have that, as a under the plate over there. We do our own rolls with the pizza dough. We do obviously the pizza with the pizza dough, calzones. The sweet sticks are done with the pizza dough, so we try to incorporate the pizza dough into as much as we can on the menu.
What exactly is this martini?
It's it's Emily's recipe, which is one of our bartenders over there, and it's phenomenal. It's made with real Lavazza espresso. I don't want to tell too much of the secrets, but it's made with 3 olives. She won't really tell us much about it. She makes the mix herself.
Emily's very private.
It's a very good drink.
Wow, Pepperoncinis. Who would have thought in the Metro West we had a New Yorker coming in? He was originally in the witness protection program, and then he said, I'm going to open up this place in Milford, Pepperoncini's, Route 16 and parallel to 109, right off 495. You can't miss it. Win-win. Up next, Brian Malone sits down with UFC tough guy Conor McGregor.
That's when Dirty Water TV from Pepperoncini's, presented by 3 Olives Vodka, returns.
Hello, my name is the notorious Conor McGregor, Ireland's pound-for-pound king, the UFC's pound-for-pound king, and I love that dirty water.
Samples of mixed drinks. Would you like to try one?
We just went around with a lime Ricky, alcoholic version of a lime Ricky. It has raspberry, 3 olives.
Excellent. Very good.
Now we have an espresso martini, and we're not really allowed to know what's in it, but I know there is espresso and vanilla vodka and espresso 3 olives.
Hey, Jess, what are you giving out to the fans tonight?
We have some large t-shirts over here in the gray, extra large here, some light up bracelets, and some medium 3 olive t-shirts that say 3 olives on the sleeve. Look plain, but they're cute.
Welcome back to Dirty Water TV. I'm your host, Dave Russo.
And I'm Sophia Goulet.
Yeah, we're hanging here at Pepperoncini's.
Yeah, we are.
With some fantastic, authentic New York-style pizza. I gotta say, it really does kick. It's good.
Chicago's butt is what he was going to say.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
And they have many options, especially for somebody like me who needs gluten-free options, and the food is fantastic.
And they have many options for me because they brought 3 Olives Vodka here, and there's so many different options of 3 Olives Vodka. You can't go wrong with great pizza, 3 Olives Vodka, Pepperoncini's, Milford, the band, the karaoke, the video games. This place is a one-stop dynamite place.
Complete knockout now.
Oh, talking about knockout, Brian Malone got to meet up with UFC champion Conor McGregor in South Boston.
These featherweights don't understand. Until they get hit by me, it's a whole other ball game when they get hit by me.
This dude has unbelievable rate of celebration. He might be the biggest power puncher in MMA.
Conor McGregor, who is one of the up-and-coming stars in the UFC. If you don't know this man, you will soon. Coming to Boston January 18th. What do you think about being back in Boston, kind of almost your second home?
Yeah, it's phenomenal being back out here in Boston. It literally, the people have received me like one of their own. The Irish-American heritage out here is real. The passion is real for their Irish blood. So for me to come out and experience that, and now to be back here headlining in the TD Garden, the home of the Boston Celtics, it's phenomenal. I'm coming with my whole country. My whole country will be here in Boston, and it's going to be their first experience to truly experience that Irish-American pride that the Irish-American people have. So when the two combine, I think it's going to be a special atmosphere.
Talking about your opponent, Dennis Silva, what do you think about your opponent, and what are you looking forward to about the fight in Boston?
I'm looking forward to victory, that feeling when you put in that dedication, that time, you get the results. It's a beautiful feeling. And then, of course, heading backstage and collecting multiple checks worth multiple 6 figures is quite nice also.
So we're kind of going to the end of 2014, heading into 2015. What are the biggest goals that are on Conor's board going into 2015?
I will be world champion by the end of 2015, no doubt. I could be even a 2-weight world champion by the end of 2015. Who knows how it plays, but I will beat Dennis. I will retire Dennis, I believe, January 18th, and then I will carry on, take my belt in May, I believe, and then who knows? The year is still young. I look forward to putting on a show. I predict a first round KO. Like I always do, I will approach the contest formless. I will create his reaction, and I will finish him in devastating fashion.
All right, you've heard it here. Brian Malone for Dirty Water News.
Up next, it's 3 Olives cocktail time.
That looks fantastic.
That's when Dirty Water TV returns.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Dave Russo, and I'm here at Pepperoncini's in Milford with the beautiful Emily, the #1 mixologist, making us a 3 Olives phenomenal Bloody Mary. What do we have here, Miss Emily?
All right, right here we have ice.
Okay,
You got me the
I can
ice.
handle that.
And we have some horseradish and some other good stuff. There's a little olive juice in there and Worcestershire. I'm gonna stick that right on there. And now we're gonna take the 3 olives, and we like to put this on top of the horseradish to get it all down in there, like to the middle of where it says that 3 olives on there.
Nice. There we go.
And
Tonight's episode, by the way, brought to you by 3 Olives Vodka.
And we're gonna stick this in here. We already have our garnishes ready, but we have to salt and pepper our garnishes. Cucumber adds a little zazzle to it. And we're gonna put some of the salt on it. We'll flip that over and do the same thing with the pepper. And
Shake away?
Yeah, we don't really shake. I like to just go back and forth like that. And it's usually not this messy, but I have this thing in my face, so it's making it harder. We need a straw. And we'll stick that on there and kind of balance everything so you don't have to stick your hand in it. And there you go. There you go.
All right, it is that time to try the magic, the Bloody Mary. I am looking. Whoa, hey, whoa, come on, come on. This is for a real man. Oh, I'm ready to go, people. Ooh, the 3 Olives, I can taste it. Fantastic. You gotta check out the phenomenal Bloody Mary right here at Pepperoncini's in Milford with the 3 Olives phenomenal Bloody Mary.
Before we go, we want to thank everyone here at Pepperoncini's, wonderful staff, wonderful food, wonderful drinks, wonderful everything. We do have a saying, however, on Dirty Water TV. How's it start?
The weekend might be over.
But the party never quite ends.
Right here.
On Dirty Water TV. Good night, everybody.
Salud.